We're reading a new story today. It's called Clara's Crazy Curls. Everybody say that.
Clara's Crazy Curls.
Yesterday we talked a little bit about rhyming words, and Sophia remembered that rhyming words sound the same at the end. But listen to this. Clara's Crazy Curls.
That's not a rhyme, I think.
Those are not rhyming words, but where do they sound the same?
The starting.
Yeah, they start with the same sound. So that's
But they're not a rhyme.
They're not a rhyme. That's called alliteration. Let's try and say that word.
Alliteration.
Say it one more time. Alliteration.
Alliteration.
Very good. So the title of this story all starts with the same letter. It's called Clara's Crazy Curls. Point to the title of the story. Very good. And this is by somebody named Helen Poole. Point to the words that show us the author of the book. Where do you see the words that show the author of the book? There.
Right here.
Very nice. You found them, Xavier.
I found them.
As we read this story, you're going to hear some rhyming words like we did with some of our other stories. And as we read this story, I want you to think about what it's mostly about and the details in the story that tell you that. Right, Sophia?
Yes.
Yes. And we want to notice what the characters do in the story. Let's turn one page, and I'm going to start reading to you. Xavier, you're going to watch me, right, and turn the page when it's time? Okay. Little Clara May was very, very small. But what was most extraordinary was her hair was really tall. Did you hear a rhyme?
Yes.
What did you hear?
Tall.
Small and tall rhyme. Very good. She didn't need a pencil case, a school bag, or lunchbox. Instead, she stored her gear
In her hair.
in her big, strong, curly locks. What do you think locks might mean? Let's take a look at that page. It says in
She
her...
even had food in her hair, and we don't know if she has lice.
I don't know if she has lice. She has food in her hair. What do you see in her hair?
I see a book, a cookie, a sandwich, a pen, a crayon, a straw, a spoon, and a pencil.
That is a lot of stuff. So when we say her big, strong, curly locks, what do you think locks are?
Curls?
Curls, the pieces of hair. Those are locks of hair. How did you know that the word locks meant pieces of hair or curls? And we knew that the curly locks were pieces of hair because it shows in the picture everything stuck in those pieces of hair. Let's go to the next page. But Clara often wished that her hair could reach the skies, the tallest hair in the world, and maybe win a prize. What does Clara want? Raise your hand if you can tell me what Clara wants. Michael.
Her hair to reach the sky.
Why does she want her hair to be that tall?
So she can win a prize.
She wants to win a prize. Very good. Let's keep reading. I'm going to turn the page. One night in the bathroom, Clara spied a jar up high. The label read, "Big and beautiful hair, guaranteed in just one try." Clara reached and grabbed the jar without a second thought. But she didn't use a little dab. Instead, she used a lot. Oh, no. That night, while she was tucked in bed, Clara never knew that while she lay there sleeping, her hair grew and grew and grew. When Clara woke next morning, she was on the bottom stair. She'd been slowly and quietly pushed out of bed by her crazy curly hair. Yippee, she yelled, it worked, hooray! Is she happy?
Yeah.
How do we know she's happy? Sophia?
Because she put the thing bunny on, and it really worked. And now she thinks she is going to touch the sky.
Yes, so she's happy. She got what she wanted, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. And now she will get a prize, I think.
You think? What did she say on this page? What's the evidence on this page that tells us she's really happy? What did she say? Let me read it again. See if you can think about the evidence that tells us that she's really happy. When Clara woke next morning, she was on the bottom stair. She'd been slowly and quietly pushed out of bed by her crazy curly hair. "Yippee!" she yelled. "It worked! Hooray!" How do we know she's happy? What did she say, Xavier?
Because she was happy that her hair grew, because she wanted to have her hair grew, because she wanted a prize.
She wanted a prize. Michael, did she say something on this page that makes us know she's happy?
All I remember is the hippie part. I don't remember.
You got it. Listen to the quote at the bottom. It says, "Yippee!" she yelled. "It worked! Hooray!" Is that somebody who's happy or sad, Rhea?
Happy.
Happy. When we say yippee and hooray, it means we are
Happy.
happy. So that's called evidence. Everybody say evidence.
Evidence.
We're going to look for evidence in text. We're going to look for things in books that tell us answers to those kinds of questions and help us understand.
When are we going to turn the page?
Right now. Let's turn the page. "Good grief," her mother cried. "How on earth could hair grow so much?" "I don't know." Clara lied. Is that a good thing, do you think?
No.
No, we don't want to lie, do we? Why do you think Clara lied? What do you think, Michael?
Because she didn't want to get in trouble.
Because she didn't want to get in trouble. What did she do that may have gotten her in trouble?
Use all the stuff that she wasn't supposed to use.
That's right. So the stuff she was supposed to use, you're supposed to use how much?
A little bit.
Just a little bit. And she used how much?
A lot.
A lot. And so now something bad
whole
happened.
jar.
The whole jar. That's right. She used the whole jar. So her mom is looking at that, and she says, "Good grief," her mother cried. What was her mother feeling when she said that?
Mad.
Maybe mad. What else might she be feeling?
Scared.
Maybe scared. What else?
Or surprised.
Surprised? Yes, all of those things. Let's turn the page.
Definitely not happy.
Definitely not happy. Outside, the birds snuggled in their brand new curly nests. Wait a minute, are they in a nest?
No.
Where are they?
In her hair.
There's birds in her hair?
Hmm.
Oh my goodness, let's turn the page. Clara smiled and beamed with pride. Her curls were now the best. How's Clara feeling right now?
Happy.
She's pretty happy. How do we know she's happy? Look at the picture and look at the words and listen to the words. How do we
Because
know?
she likes the bird in her hair.
How do we know that?
Because I see on the page.
What's she doing that tells us she's happy?
Because she's smiling and she likes her hair tall.
Yes, we already know she likes her hair tall. She's told us that earlier in the text. And now we see her smiling. And listen to what it says. Clara smiled and beamed with pride. Her curls are now the best. So what does she think of her own curls?
They're the best.
They're the best. So she's pretty darn happy. Let's keep going. Her hair was extra useful now. She rescued cats from trees. She cleaned out gutters on each house. Her neighbors were quite pleased. And way up high in outer space, aliens clapped and cheered. A planet full of tickly curls had suddenly appeared. Back on Earth came crowds and crowds. They couldn't help but stare. Clara was now famous. People loved her curly hair. Turn the page. But in between, among the clouds, that's where trouble struck. Airplanes couldn't cross the curls. Hot air balloons got stuck. Turn the page. The problems grew at Clara's school. Her friends couldn't see at all unless she sat at the very back alone against the wall. What's happening that's not so good?
Some people don't want her curls that tall.
Why don't they want her curls that tall? What's bad about them?
Because nothing can move in the sky and people can't see past
Very
them.
good. So people can't see past her curls, and we saw the airplanes got stuck. And what's happening in this picture, Sophia? Where is her hair?
Outside.
Outside. She can't even fit inside her own classroom. Her hair has to stay outside. Let's turn the page. Even worse was a trip to the movies where her curls filled up the room. Her friends couldn't see the movie, and Clara was filled with gloom. How does Clara feel now?
Bad.
Yeah, what is gloom? If we say Clara was filled with gloom, what do you think that means? Look at her face.
Sad.
Yeah, she's sad. When you're filled with gloom, you're gloomy and you're kind of sad. Everyone say gloom.
Gloom.
Gloom. Let's turn the page. Clara walked home all flustered. She felt like a terrible friend. She wished her hair was no longer so tall. She wanted the fuss to end.
Now she doesn't want it curly and because she wants it blonde and soft and low.
She wants it low. She has kind of reddish blonde hair, I guess, right? But she wants it soft and low. Why do you think she wants it soft and low, Xavier?
Cause her friends are saying we don't like it because you're blocking the movies and stuff.
Yeah, so now she's changed her mind. Sometimes in stories, characters change their mind because they have a problem they need to overcome. What is Clara's problem right now, Michael?
That her hair is tall.
And so what does she want to do now?
Grow back the way it was.
She wants it to get back the way it was. Let's turn the page and see what happens. But she still doesn't look average to me. She still looks kind of special. What is kind of special still about Clara? What do you think, Rhea? Take a look at the picture. What do you think is special?
Because she likes the way she is.
She likes the way she is. Do you guys see anything in that picture that looks a little different from most of your friends?
Yes.
What?
So she has the hair she wants, but except she's always getting her haircut every day.
Every week it says. Let's read these pages again. Take a look at these two pictures and listen when I read. Everybody listening? Sophia, you listening? Okay. Her hair was still taller than average. She didn't feel gloomy or grim, but she still used it to store all her school things and went every week for a trim. What does she do that's different from most people?
Forget.
Rhea?
She puts her stuff in her hair.
She puts her stuff in her hair. Look in that picture. What's in her hair still? Remember in the beginning? What is in her hair?
Book, straw, bird, pencil, spoon. There's some bottle, a sandwich.
Sandwich. Do you know anybody who keeps a sandwich in their hair?
No.
No, I don't either. Let's turn.
And a pen.
And a pen, yes. Let's turn the page. And often at night, Clara wondered, what happened to all of that hair? Was it out there, up high, coiling and curling, still floating in the air?
No. It was on a planet.
Yeah, look at that picture. Where are we again on this page?
In space.
Space.
And they wrapped it around the moon.
They did. They did. All right, well, you can push the end.
Wait.
You did a great job listening to Clary's crazy curls. You learned about words that started the same way, called alliteration. You learned about words that rhymed, that end the same way. You learned what the main ideas and the details were. And you learned what characters do and that sometimes characters change their mind. You did a really great job reading today. Do you think this story is real life or pretend?
Pretend.
Why do you think? How do you know it's pretend? How do you know it's pretend? Sophia?
Because sometimes stories are pretend.
Sometimes they are, but how do we know this story is pretend? Sophia?
Because your hair cannot go up like that and it has curls.
Look at all that stuff. Have you ever seen anybody with books and things stuck in their hair?
No.
No. So this is probably make-believe. That night while she was tucked in bed, Clara never knew that while she lay there sleeping, her hair grew and grew and grew. Take a look at that hair.
That's a lot of hair.
It sure is. So do we know if this story is real or make-believe?
Make-believe.
We definitely know it's make-believe now. How do we know that, Adi? Look at the picture.
Look at this.
Xavier, tell Adi, why do you think that we know it's make-believe? Can you tell Adi?
Because when it's make-believe, it always has to be some. Because one time I saw the story that was real and it was about a dolphin. But this is make-believe because nobody has curly hair, but my sister does.
Well, I think other people might have curly hair.
But they don't have giant curly.
Because look at Sophia's hair. Does she have curly hair?
No.
That's not curly?
It's kind of curly.
It's kind of curly.
It's wavy.
Michael, do you think other people might have curly hair?
Yes.
So tell Xavier about somebody who has curly hair.
I don't know anybody with curly hair.
Oh, you do, Sophia. Tell Xavier.
My baby sister.
Tell him about her. Tell her her name and what her hair looks like.
My baby sister's name is Isabel, and her hair is brown, and it's very, very curly. Like this curly.
So Xavier, let's think about that again. Did you hear what Sophia said? So some people do have curly hair, but do you think they have this much hair?
No.
No. I've never seen anybody with this much hair. Her hair was extra useful now. She rescued cats from trees. She cleaned out gutters on each house. Her neighbors were quite pleased. And way up high in outer space, aliens clapped and cheered. A planet full of tickly curls had suddenly appeared. Wait a minute. Where are we now?
Space?
Space! Her curls went all the way up in space. So now...
What if it goes to heaven?
Yeah, so do you...
That's another
So now I'm going to
dimension.
ask you this question one more time. Is this a true story or make-believe?
Make-believe!
Boy, if we didn't know before, we sure know now. This has got to be a make-believe story because your hair can't reach outer space, can it?
No. Or it
No.
can't go super up high.
Through what?
It cannot go super duper looper up high. Excuse
Not super duper looper, no.
Excuse-
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes.
What if you were tall and you had really high hair?
Well, you could be tall and have really high hair, but would it reach outer space?
No.
No. This is just kind of silly.